Sound production. What's going on? This is Sir Yeetus. Welcome to episode 70 of Yeetus' Thoughts. It's been a very busy last couple of days. That's why I wasn't really able to make a live stream, but I am back and I'm ready to go to drop some gems on y'all. And this topic is because there were a few people that were in my comments, whether it's a community post or within my videos. Of course, you know those white knights, those simps, those feminists, male feminists, like Sir Yeetus. Why you always going in on women, huh? Why you always want to point the finger at women? Why are you doing that, bro? Why are you always trying to call out women for stuff? What are you doing? I'll tell you why in a bit. Best believe, okay? Because the subject today is, why do you shame modern women's bad behavior and decisions? And I got a few points why. And these are my points personally, okay? Not saying that is fact, but it heavily implies or heavily correlates with Red Pill, MGTOW, or all the other jazz, okay? But before I start, let me check out the comments real quick, see if I see anything interesting. See what's going on. Yep. What's going on? Give me cash. Mr. Pliskin, you're going crazy over there. Just some random guy. OG It. What's going on, man? Rio. I have a boy who told me his girl made him better, that she changed him. I don't know about you, but that shit's weak as fuck. Don't be surprised when she's under the sheets with Chad and Tyrone in a few weeks. Not even months, weeks. Watch. Okay, all that stuff is good. All right, let's begin. So, Sir Yeetus, why you keep on going after model women when it comes to their bad behavior and decisions? They don't affect you in your personal life. They don't affect you in any way. You can just go ahead and mind your own business, Sir Yeetus. What you doing? Wrong. They still affect my life. Directly and indirectly. So let's go to point number one. You know how weak society is today in the West, where women can run amok like grown children. They can do whatever they please and no consequences for their horrendous behavior or actions. So if people like me, if men like me, because I'm sure that you men in the Warband right now won't hesitate to call out a woman's bullshit, who will? Who else will call out a woman doing horrendous behavior and decisions? Who else will say, "Hey, you're being a bitch. You're being a 304 right now. You're being this. You're being that." And even if you don't call them out, you just straight out ignore them. You don't even want to associate with a woman like that, and they still get mad. That's another way you can hold them accountable, is to ignore them overall. Don't give them your attention, your resources, your time. Because there's not too many men like us left. It is what it is. There's not too many men out there that's willing to set down boundaries. And when it comes to these boundaries, there's some women with horrendous behavior and decisions that may directly come towards you and act childish, act immature, act petty, act like a teenager towards you. And you gotta shut that shit down. Shame the fuck out of them and hold them accountable. Yes, it's a kryptonite. They won't even know what the fuck to do. Like, girl, I don't know who you are, but you better watch your tone. And if you're thinking about putting your hands on me, equal rights and lefts. They won't even know what to say. Or hell, you don't even have to say anything. You can just walk away. Because to many women in Western society today, any attention is good attention. I repeat, any attention is good attention. Whether you're mad at them, whether you're happy towards them, whether you're sad towards them, attention is attention, especially male attention. Will you deprive her of that overall? Or you just like, you know what? You're wasting my time. I am walking the opposite direction. Because not too many men in today's society does that anymore. In fact, there's plenty of men out there that encourages her behavior, which is why she's acting like that in the first place. All right, second reason. This is the second reason. Look around society. Look around how society is being conducted in general. Look how society is literally treating women like it's a gigantic daycare for grown ass women, where they can just run amok, do whatever they want, and the state, the police, male feminists, white knights, they'll just treat it like it's a little kid doing these horrendous acts. They'll treat these women like they're literally kids. It doesn't matter what she did. Hell, she can stab the shit out you. She can stab you. She can kill you. Yet they're still treated like children. They're walking around. See, when it comes to these double standards, once again, if women didn't have double standards, they would not have any standards at all. They complain about doing something, but then they do the exact opposite, and then they complain on why something doesn't go their way. For example, they say that, oh, why can't we go out at night? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? But then they literally go outside with the least amount of clothing on, alone, at around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. That's the same thing like me going out alone at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning with $10,000 chain on, with a Rolex watch iced out, with some new Jordans, couple of rings, walking around in the middle of the night alone wearing all that. And expect nothing to happen to you. Of course, women are going to be shamed about that. Because, A, you know there's some people out there that don't give a fuck about the laws or morality or values, none of that shit. To them, it's just a bunch of words. There's only so much that the law can do. So when you're going out there, being reckless, getting drunk as hell, in the middle of the night, wearing skimpy clothing, alone, there's gonna be people out there that's gonna try to take advantage of that. Another thing, women, they don't know how to choose good partners. None whatsoever. Why do you think society shame women for being promiscuous? Why do you think society, well, not this society, but back then, society shamed women for being promiscuous. Back then, society shamed single mothers. Because they're not going off of logic when it comes to choosing a partner. They're going with how they feel. And then what happens when they go with their emotions? They eventually become a single mother. And who gets affected by single mothers? All of us. What do you mean about that, Sir Yeetus? Taxes. Our taxes are going to pay for these women's mistakes. I wouldn't even say mistakes. Paying for these women's bad choices and behaviors. Because she couldn't get off the carousel and hopping from Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray. Now she got 3 kids from 3 different daddies. Who has to pay for it? Who has to pay for her housing? Who has to pay for her food stamps? Who has to pay for child support? Who has to pay for pretty much everything in her life at that point? Us, men, through taxes. Back then, women will be shamed into oblivion. I still shame women till this day for making those horrible mistakes, such as going around like it's a candy shop, sleeping with anybody that has a schlong and 2 legs, and then act surprised when that man that got you pregnant runs off and you're stuck with the baby. Oh, and there's another thing. There's another thing right here. So, when it comes to women, they're the ones that try to blame men for their insecurities. Oh, you made me feel this, you made me feel that, blah, blah, blah. You're a liar, you're this, you're that. But isn't your whole existence a lie? You got fake makeup, fake nails, push up bra, a waist trainer, fake toenails, fake jewelry. If we want to say that, fake eyelashes, fake contacts, lipstick, 2 pounds of makeup. Hopefully not dentures, but surprisingly, yeah, there's women. There's women out there that's rocking dentures. The whole life is a facade, and they want to blame you for it. There's plenty of reasons why I shame women for crazy behavior. Crazy behavior, because no matter what we do, they're not going to accept their wrongdoings unless they have no choice but to be held accountable for it. Modern women have so many safety nets, it's not be funny. They can do the most horrendous shit and they'll somehow be saved. That's why they think that they can just run around. See, this is why I think they're modern women, or shit, women in general, are emotionally stunt at around 14, 15 years old. Because that's when their accountability for their decisions and bad behavior flies out the door from 14 to 15 years old and onwards. And then when they hit the wall, they still can't they can't comprehend that they hit the wall. They still believe they're still that hot 18, 20-year-old that can't be held accountable for their actions. That's why I post my daily dose of red pills every day. That's why I have live streams every day. Because not only this crazy, bratty, petty, delusional behavior is getting out of control throughout the world, there's countless men that are too afraid to say anything anymore. Too afraid. I don't blame them either. Because one false move, their lives can be ruined. Hey, but hey, there is men out there that don't give a shit because they're already established. And I respect that. But there's plenty of men around my age or younger They have to walk on eggshells. They have to tread carefully on what they say towards a woman, no matter what horrendous shit she did. And that's the crazy part. That's the craziest part. And as you see in society currently, it's just getting worse and worse. Because there's women out there that truly believe that they cannot do no wrong. They truly believe they can't do anything wrong, including the alphabet community. Hell, there's plenty of women out there that are not even part of the alphabet community. They're just making their kids be part of the alphabet community because it's fucking trendy, which is fucked up. And then people want to have the audacity to ask me why I keep pointing out women. Who else is pointing out women's bullshit? Besides people of the manosphere, besides the Warband. I don't give a shit about being famous or whatever. I really don't. I'm just trying to make men aware that in today's society, you're in a lose-lose situation unless you decide not to play. I'm talking about Western society. That's why I went on a tirade when it came to the Ukraine situation. Because they were having similar nonsense as the US, but not as bad when it comes to feminism and shit. But when the Ukraine shit started to pop off, feminism disappeared just like that. Gone. All of a sudden, oh, I'm just a girl. Oh, get out of here. Oh. That's why I don't take women seriously like that. Not when it comes to feminism shit. Because they're only big and bad off the backs of men that died for them to feel that way. Oh yeah, that's why the topic came up, because that was one of the main reasons why I made this. Somebody had an issue with me talking about feminism in Ukraine. But I'm like, why are you getting mad at me? The proof is right there. The proof is right there. That literally proves that modern women don't believe the bullshit that's coming out of their fucking mouths, or they just live in a delusional utopia, a very delusional utopia, until it starts crashing down when they start seeing a bunch of fireworks all around the sky, aka missiles. And then people got upset with me when I'm laughing at them, shaming them, and holding them accountable. I'm like, what? Where's that feminine energy at? Like, what happened to that feminism? What happened to that feminist shit? Like, you're equal to me in every way, right? Like, why are you getting mad at me? Get mad at your sisterhood over there in Ukraine that decided to not stay and fight. They ran. They had a choice to stay in Ukraine. They had a choice. But they still ran off. You expect me to take feminism seriously? You expect me not to shame you for that delusional ideals that you have in your head? Come on. Come on. But I'm gonna start inviting people right quick, so we can talk about this a lot more. Because I'm sure you guys got something to say. Meanwhile, let me read some of these. Let me read some of these. When war begins, when we revert back to the traditional roles. But right now, we got proof. We got proof. We have proof on our phone. on media, on the internet, that they claim that they're equal to men in every aspect. Why won't you pick up a weapon now? I thought you were equal. That's not how the game goes. And if you back down, all right, I'm just gonna treat you like any other dude that cowered like a bitch. You're a coward. I ain't gonna take you seriously. It is what it is. Man, there's some weird activity going on in the skies by where I live. Hell, it's probably some Canada shit. Not gonna lie. All right, just some random guy. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, Yeetus?
What do you have to say about my current talks about people getting mad at me that I am calling women out, shaming women for their bad behavior and decisions?
I think that's expected response because I did the same thing to a girl I know, and instead of oh, I sent that news about men not being able to leave Ukraine, and instead of well, that's bad. Why are you doing this? Instead of actually saying something about the news, she started to say, but there are women fighting. I mean, uh, I think so. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
not as
all
many as
10 of
men, but
them.
yeah, they're not many of them. Most of them are just fleeing and say, "Oh no, they're fighting too, civilians." But that's that's their choice. They're not being forced. You think anyone, if they had the choice to either flee or fight to the death, because let's be honest, you're gonna fight against Russia, you're probably gonna die. Not much to think about that. And if you had the choice between those two, most people choose to flee because it does make sense to go to war by itself. And if they were not forced to, who would go?
I
But
agree.
she went, yeah. But she wanted to paint the subject like it was a competition, like they always do. You know, you point a fact about something and they try to compete with men. Man, it's not a competition. War is not a tournament. People are dying. They're getting shot. They're being burned alive. It's not a fucking competition.
So why can't she accept that the men were forced to stay and die?
Yeah, no, she accepted that. That's the problem. She did accept that, but she
But
wanted
when
to
it comes to
say
the
that
women having the choice to flee, that's when
she
she had
had,
a problem.
yeah. And then she lashed out at me saying, "You know that if they all die, the country's gonna die." And I just said, wait. So if Russia burns them all down and all the women and children are outside, all the men are dead, there's still gonna be Ukraine? Hmm.
Yeah, Ukraine is still going to be there. What the fuck?
No, she means like a country. But I mean, if Russia wins there, I mean, wins, it could become a part of Russia, like their borders, the territory. They could do that. Just that. Raise the name Ukraine. Now that's Russia. That's part of Russia. They could
Well,
do that.
did you call her a coward?
I didn't even need that.
I'm just
She
saying,
tried.
like, hey, just shame the fuck out. Hey, you and your sisterhood are fucking cowards for running away.
Yeah, I didn't call her a coward, but I'd say that if the war came here, I'm in Brazil. It's kind of far away, but it could come here. You never know. But I would say most of you. And I believe most men that can would flee, you know. And she said, I wouldn't. I would pick up a rifle, just like many women I know. I'm like, yeah, sure. The only rifle you're gonna pick up is the Russian rifle.
Okay, hey, if you want to pick up a rifle, shit, I would have
Yeah.
tested her. Hey, pick up a rifle. Hey, there's some Russians over here in Brazil for some reason. Let's go.
That
Let's
would be
go.
really
Let's start
random.
busting some caps
I
from my
mean,
own.
if the army called me, yo, hey, random guy, you've been chosen to the draft. I mean, oh no, sir. I mean, I have this friend of mine. She would love to go to war. Could you take her instead and just just send him her info?
But here's the thing:
I mean,
plenty of people will love to go to war, but they usually freeze because they don't want to die. They
I mean,
can't
talk is
accept
cheap,
death.
right? They
You
say
know
that, oh, I would go to a war. Eh, yeah, it's easy to say that when the war is not in knocking on the door.
exactly. I can accept death. I don't mind. I
I
don't
mean,
mind. I don't
you already
mind
died
fighting.
once, and
Yeah, yo, well, yeah, but I don't mind fighting. Defending my house or my home.
hmm
You know, knowing there's a possibility of me dying, but nobody's gonna fucking tell me, yeah, you got to stay here. You have no choice. Here's a gun. Fight and die.
yeah, and at the end of the day, it's not you. It's not even your country. That's the problem.
Nope. So with all the bullshit that we have in the United States alone, we got all these liberals and feminists and male feminists and shit 24
Yeah,
7 worrying about Ukraine. I'm like, then go over there and fight.
yeah.
Shit, who's stopping
You're
you?
so worried. I mean, Ukraine literally started a campaign about voluntary enlistment from from other countries. Did you hear that?
Wait, what would you say?
I say the I don't know. I think it was in Ukraine. They started a voluntary recruitment to
Oh,
fight the war.
foreign mercenaries.
Yeah, I mean, if any person from any country around the world can go and fight for Ukraine. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's foreign mercenaries. Yeah,
yeah, they're not gonna pay them. They're just, I don't. It's voluntary. You just come here. We give you what we give our troops, and good luck.
yeah. Fuck that. I want my money. But I'm going to advise some people right quick.
Yo.
Rishi,
Yo,
what is
imagine
going
dying for
on?
Ukraine. Imagine dying for a country that's not even yours.
Hell
I'm just
no.
I'm gonna fly half the planet to go fight it. Yeah, sure.
I could never fucking
Please.
that.
Probably not even paying them. Probably be like, please help us defend our democracy. It was like, nah.
Yeah,
So
Rishi's gonna
Rishi,
Rishi's gonna sprout
I
from the
kind of
ground.
went crazy earlier with the topic, but did you hear anything or
Yeah, I heard a little bit.
so what's your stance on shaming women for their bad behavior and decisions
I mean, who
when it involves you?
when it involves me?
Yeah, like when if the situation affects you, like you shame the fuck out of those bitches because you know they're probably trying to get up on you all in your face like a grown ass man,
Well, I mean, you call
or
them out on the bullshit when they're spewing it, bro.
yeah,
Like, you don't let them get away with that. Like, I mean, like specifically, I mean, it's good to, well, okay. There's like two parts to this. One is like the online stuff, and the one is the IRL stuff. You honestly, you can't get away. You can't let anyone get away when they're just talking fucking nonsense. And sometimes,
I
especially
agree.
like women, that doesn't mean like get in their face and start like barking like an animal, but you don't fucking let them get away with that shit. As far as like the online stuff, I know Chronic covered uh like last night on the Black Pill guy. He was talking about MGTOW specifically, but I think it can be applicable to like a lot of things. The idea to like just don't talk about it, just like go your own way, stuff like that. I mean, these women are gonna stop. And here's the thing: on those videos he showed, he assumes every one of them is like a MGTOW guy. And keep in mind, those videos, those TikTok compilations, got like 100,000, over 100,000 views on each one, something crazy like that. So,
Right. Hey, man.
I mean, people find this stuff, and people like get introduced into this, like the ideas through like clips, short clips, TikTok compilations, stuff like that. That's the stuff that goes viral. Then they watch the actual like long form stuff. So
Yep. And people like Ribby and other content creators, they're shaming the fuck out of these women. That's pretty much the content.
yeah,
That's good content.
Oh shit. They make it funny at least.
Yeah. I mean the real problem with women is not that they do shit. I mean they have bad decisions and all. The problem is that when they get called out on it, they always try to play the victim.
Yeah, like a fucking 5-year-old. Yeah. Like it's very bad. Even when they're like, let's say if they're cheating, even when they're in bed with another man naked as hell, they act all fucking stupid.
They say they were riding Chad and Tyrone because instead of you buying 3 eggs, you just bought 2. That's basically it.
Pretty much like, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Wow, she's literally in bed with another man.
Shit, he's not supposed to be in
Like,
here.
what the fuck? And then they act all shocked when it's hockey mask time.
Yeah. No, they don't act out shocked. They're terrified because they know they can't do shit about it, without guns at least.
But they never knew. They don't give a fuck, or they're delusional. They don't think long term.
Yeah.
They can't understand. They can't understand the negative consequences of their actions until it's too late.
I actually agree and disagree with that because they do think about the future, but they think about it on probability, no, on possibility, not probability. I mean, this girl I know,
What possibility of the man not getting mad?
Yeah, I mean, they say, I mean, the story is like this girl I know, she had a boyfriend and it lasted 4 years. I mean, a pretty long time. The first year, it was good, for both sides. After that, things went downhill, and they were fighting constantly, going back and forth. They fought, they stay away from each other. Sometime later, they reunited, and it went on for like 3 years. And she said she didn't want to leave because she thought that they could work things out. And in her head, she was thinking in the future, but she wasn't taking into consideration the probabilities. She just thought, oh, there's a possibility that this relationship gets better. When all the signs were pointing in the other direction, she's still cling to that. They do think about it, but they don't think about it rationally.
Yep, they think about it emotionally. I definitely agree. Let me add these 2 people right quick. Carry on. What's going on?
I'm good. You can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Lord Pepsi.
Yo, what up?
Surprising.
Yee, what's going on, man? Are you outside?
tea.
There, Lord Pepsi.
Yo, what's up?
What's up? Are you outside?
I am outside. Hey, you can cut me off if I'm coming off. I'm in traffic right now. If it's too loud, then you cut me off.
Okay, well, you're next. I'm gonna go for carry on first.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool. You too.
Who do you see? Carry on.
Yep.
So, what do you think about the topic so far about shaming women for their bad behavior and decisions?
It's no. I don't understand when people say like, "Oh, you talk about like Dr. Red Bull or Black Pill, whatever the fuck his name was." Like, he's saying like, "Oh, you're talking about women." It's like, okay. So if I'm a scientist or I just say I care about something to a certain degree. I don't want it to happen again and again. Of course, I'm going to talk about it because I don't want it to happen, and I want to warn people of the effects. So let's say I'm one of those people that want to take away people's guns, some crap like that. So I always going to bring up every bad like situation if a gun happens, or I care about my neighborhood, so I'm going to talk about all the bad things that's happening in my neighborhood. It's like, yeah, I'm going to look for situations, and I'm going to say this is wrong. We shouldn't do this. I'm just not going to be quiet and lock myself up from the world. And it's like, oh yeah. You can do that. You don't have to warn everyone around you, but you can't complain at a certain degree if you don't warn people. So it's like, oh, I knew this was going to happen, but I didn't tell anyone. It's like, shut the fuck up, because you didn't help to warn anyone. Like, let's say there's a broken pipe, and it's like, I saw it, but I didn't tell anyone. Like, they could fix it, and it was pretty easy. And like in a few months, the pipe breaks and it floods the whole floor. It's like, oh, I saw the pipe there for like months ago. I didn't tell you. It's like, shut the fuck up. You could have warned people, but you chose to do nothing. So, you just sit there and watch bad things happen without, like, you don't, like, if someone's getting attacked or all that bullshit, you don't want to do it. But if you could just speak up and it's like, this is speaking up. It's not that hard. It's nothing drastic, like you're going to war and fighting for, like, people's freedoms and all that bullshit. And, like, Ukraine wants people to do. It's like, you're just saying what you see on the internet or in your life. It's like, this is wrong. You don't have to like talk about it. Like I seen some of those videos that he was talking about. They're just showing it's not even like old time women. It's women and guys talking about the situations that they've been through. So it'd be like a guy talking about how he went through a traumatic experience with his wife. She was cheating, and she almost tried to kill him, like by poisoning him slowly, or like a woman do some dumb shit, and it's like, yeah. The guy that saw the thumbnail and like, oh, it's just about women showing their booties and all that shit. It's Twitch farts. Like, no, it's more than that. If you can't talk about something if you don't review it and research it. So yeah, people that do that, they just like complaining without actually doing actions.
But carry on. They're not going to listen. They're not going to learn anything. So why even bother?
No, it's like,
why are you hating on women?
Why even bother? Why are we talking about women? Aren't we going our own way? Surely everyone who watches the videos are just straight up MGTOW, so they're just keeping on watching the same compilations.
I literally.
Sure, whatever.
I guess like black pill people are really pathetic in my mind. I'd rather hang around incels than black pill people, because at least incels, they're not always complaining, or they haven't completely given up. Sometimes some of them. But when they give up, that's when they become black people. Yeah, there's a large amount of them. Like there's people that are like black pill. Like when people talk about incels, they're mostly talking about black pill people or simps. Those are the two main like categories of incels where people talk about them. And it's like, oh yeah, you're an incel. You hate women. It's like, oh, you're just sad. It's like you don't try to do anything. It's like, I seen that guy. He's not really like that. He just doesn't want to sleep with women who have bad personalities. But incel people is like black pill people are like, oh, I gave up on my life because I have a disadvantage. It's like, nigga, you have a disadvantage and you just gave up. Like, how can I can't have respect for you for even trying. Like, if you can, like, I can't laugh at a fat person going to the gym. But if you're sitting there saying, I'm fat and fit and all that bullshit, it's like, I can make fun of you then because you're in denial, or you just gave up and you're not even trying to improve yourself and trying to make bullshit excuses.
I see what you're saying, man. I see what you're saying, but what about the men? Today's men that are too afraid to call out the BS that women are doing.
They just want pussy. that's the only, just the only thing I can think about. It's like they want pussy. It's been like this for like generations. Like for the longest time, a guy will most guys are Sims. Like they'll do dumb shit. Like the story of Camelot and like Arthur and Lancelot. The guy technically betrayed his king because he liked the king's wife and all that bullshit. It's like so you technically fucked up your own homie who you on around, like, and he had a wife. So this, it's technically a thing like this. You're in a situation, you, your boy, and after your boy has a fine ass girlfriend, but you have a girlfriend at the same time, and you're getting engaged soon. It's like, aye, she looks fine and she likes me too. Let me slip in there too and fuck around. The homie finds out and you start running away like a bitch. Since been around throughout history, and everyone's been talking about it, but no one actually had a direct word for it. They called them weak men that would fall lustful people. It's been throughout history, and no one's like, oh yeah, I'm not that type of person. 2 years later, you're doing the same fucking shit that you said you wouldn't do. When you're reading some ancient history, but like, oh, I wouldn't fall for the pussy trap. I wouldn't fall for the honeypot. It's like, yes, you would.
Okay, yeah, it's
Okay.
it is what it is, you know. When it comes to men being afraid to call women out, whether they want to get some puniti or they're just, afraid of just, getting scrutinized by society for calling women out in the first place.
No, so it's like this. People are afraid because they're afraid of losing out on what they have. And those people are
because of the cancel culture BS.
Yeah, but think about this. If most guys didn't give a damn about feminist bullshit and all that stuff, none of it could affect us, really. If most people want thirsty for pussy, let's say if the majority of guys want thirsty for pussy, then after the small amount, I don't know how small it is, the decent amount of guys that would speak up if there was no people to attack them, they would speak up. But it's because the guys that want pussy are so much abundance that it's everywhere. They're like flipping locusts and swarms just flying around up anyone that speaks against my queen. I'm gonna wipe my guys. Oh, she's so hot. And all that bullshit, like
drinking bad water.
Yeah.
Slurp.
Anyone that buys like bath water or fart jars seriously, I'm just gonna say I should bring you out the backyard and just put you out your misery, because
how do you put fire in a jar, bro?
It's popular enough for some reason. I don't know.
But hey, I'm gonna be heading out in a few minutes. Carry on. What do you have to say to the Warband when it comes to the topic, or do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, for the topic. You can I don't understand people that just complain that you're talking about something that you don't engage with. I don't have to engage with heroin or like meth or all that bullshit to say that it's wrong. I don't have to engage in crimes to say that crimes are wrong. So it's the same idea. I don't have to engage with women to say that actions that they are doing is wrong. People that say, oh, you shouldn't get, you're a MGTOW. You're not supposed to be talking about women. You're not supposed to be focusing on women. Like, I'm not focusing. I don't spend all my time thinking about women. It's only when a certain topic or conversation pops up that I would actually say, oh, this is what I seen. And I'll say what I seen on the internet or in real life. And it's my perception of reality. Is probably not the truth sometimes. Like, I'm not sure the real truth behind every person's reasons for doing bullshit what they do. But I'm going to speak on what I see, my perception, not my truth. My truth is some bullshit people make up to feel like they actually can, what they're saying is actually truthful. But yeah, so it's like, oh, you shouldn't care about women. I don't care about women. I'm just talking about their actions. Even if I don't care about someone, their actions can still affect me. A single mother might not have direct influence on me, but their child can grow up to be so many things that can have effects on me. Criminals are most likely from single mother households. I don't want to be attacked by a criminal, be robbed by someone on the road, or be killed. Like, there's so many situations that if you don't talk about it, it's just going to fester. People say the cleanest, the easiest way to solve situations is bring it to the light. And all we're doing is just bringing situations that are fucked up to the light so everyone can see and like, hey, this is wrong. Do you agree with this or not? So
Yeah,
that's what I have to say.
it's like you see a plant dying because it's not getting water, and it said, oh, it needs some water, and then someone comes, well, you're not a farmer, you don't know if it needs water, and you just but I can see it's drying up, but you don't study that. Shut up. But it's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's people that want to give up because they don't have any hope for finding new people that could possibly come to find out. Like, there's new people born every day, and there's new people getting fucked over every day too. So
Yeah.
there's always going to be someone that's trying to find something to understand why the world's so fucked up how it is. And if there's no one making like commentary on this bullshit, these people are just gonna go around thinking, oh, I'm the only one that thinks like this. I'm the only one that sees the world going to crap. I'm the only one that this is happening to. But if they see a decent amount of information of people saying, yeah, it's not only you, this is happening around the world and it's bad, and we all know it's bad, and we're trying to stop it from happening. We're trying to make sure people don't get fucked over by this. How can you be upset those people? Because they are literally trying to save innocent people from being in situations where they can lose their life, they can be bankrupt, they can just be in such a horrible place that they don't even want to like get up in the morning. They just want to like become hollow husk of themselves. And how can you get upset at someone that wants to fix that and prevent people from becoming empty?
Yeah, I mean, one of the many problems with both society and women in general is because they try to find some other meaning. They try to add meaning to something you're saying. I mean, if I say the sky is blue, she's gonna come and ask why. Did you want it to be rainy? I mean, no, I'm just saying the sky is blue. You know
Even when it's raining, it's blue.
what?
Even when the sky is raining, it's still blue. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
change.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, my point is, yeah, they never try to take what you say for being the real thing you want to say. They try to find some hidden meaning when there's none to find. I mean, it's the truth is sometimes really simple, but they try to complicate it.
I see what you're saying, man. Carry on. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, it's fine.
Tomorrow there will be 2 live streams.
Damn.
What the hell's happening?
I gotta catch up.
You just became a millionaire.
I gotta catch up.
Okay, yeah. See you guys tomorrow.
All right,
Puniti.
man. Puniti.
Ooh,
Boo,
nice.
Nietzsche.
Just a random guy. You're next. What do you want to say to the Warband?
Well, I mean, we should. I'm not gonna say we should, because that's not really good. But I think we could motivate the women, especially Western women, to go fight in Ukraine on that project on that movement they're starting. I mean, they're so worried about Ukraine, you know?
Yeah.
That the country is open. If you want to fight, you can go and fight. Prove it. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yes, I definitely agree with that, man. What's it called? Join my live stream tomorrow, because you might have something to say about that.
I'm gonna try because I actually landed a job. Yo.
Well, the one stream will be in the like noon to 1, and the other one will be at around this time. So maybe join one or the other. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. But man, this job is a night shift. It's perfect, man.
Yeah, I hate these. I remember staying up for 24 to 72 hours straight
Ugh.
Never again. Unless I make a lot of money.
Yeah, no, but night shift is actually good because I start at 10 p.m. and I leave at 7 a.m., you know? And that coincides with the gym opening in my city, so it's gym time.
Yes. But hey, thank you for joining, man, and I'll definitely talk to you tomorrow.
Yep, and
Puniti.
Puniti.
Yeety.
All right. Lion and Big Tower is probably going to join a bit. We'll wait a couple minutes. But what do you think about this quick live stream so far?
That's pretty good. I think it's a big topic of contention because, we're not exactly, here in the, I gotta stop saying, but here in like the Warband, in this, our little group, our little spear, like we're not exactly MGTOW, but I imagine we get a lot of criticism that is often aimed, you know.
We do because we speak all aspects.
Yeah.
Like Big Tower, Red Pill, Black
So,
Pill
and
BS, even though we don't agree with it.
it's not like that. Like this is new. Like you say you're done with marriage and relationships. Why are you talking about it then? And, go. Why are you talking about it if you're going your own way? It's like, here's the thing I've noticed with most creators in this sphere. They want to like help people. They wanted to like put forth a difference in the world, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe, and it's I find it. Here's the thing about that video. I found it very cynical, like very what's the word?
Wait, which video?
Pessimistic. The one that Chronic was watching about that black pill guy.
The one that he put in the chat.
The one that he put in the chat. Did he put in the chat? I don't know what that video is in the chat. But I put it in the group chat. If you scroll on up, you'll see it. It's what was it called? It was MGTOW TikTok compilations are gonna centric trash.
I'm assuming it stands for Culture Black Pill.
Yeah, he just calls himself CBP though. I don't know. Like, but as far I find it, pessimistic and honestly counterproductive because he assumes like every one of those views is like a MGTOW guy, which is all likelihood probably not realistic.
No, that's far from the truth. It's mostly horny teenagers, looking at all those bikinis and those promiscuous outfits and stuff. Not too many MGTOW guys really give a damn about women online. Only the people that creates content per se is the only ones that gives a shit. But people who actually practices MGTOW, if it's there, it's there. But if it's not, they're not going to go out and look for it. What's going on, Lion and MGTOW?
What's up, fam?
What'd you say, Rishi?
I said, "What's up, Lion?"
Oh,
what's up, Rishi? Hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm. Did you hear any of my my monologue in the beginning, or?
Actually, I was leaving the gym like around the time the video started, and went from there. Went to the grocery store, got a few things. But yeah.
Okay, so you was getting them gains.
Yeah.
So somebody on a couple of my Ukraine versus Russia videos and a couple of my community posts, my daily dose of red pills, they had an issue with me constantly calling out women for their bad behavior and decisions. And I gave myself a little list on why I do what I do. Do you have a perspective on calling women's BS out, and how society doesn't like it when you do it?
Yes, their trash bag behavior should be called out. Because if you don't call it out, it flares into the shitstorm that we see right now, where you got trollops who openly promote extortion as female dating strategies.
I agree. And what's their excuse? They're like, oh, no, she's living her best life. It's none of your business. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm affected directly and indirectly with that woman's bad decisions and behavior.
Because the impressionable and the empty-headed trollops will see her behavior and follow suit. That's exactly what will happen.
Sorry, I saw this comment real quick. Hey, France. Have you seen a 27-year-old Ukrainian woman who fled to Poland and got a job for Goldman Sachs? She's in a Business Insider article claiming to feel survivor's guilt. Get the fuck out of here.
Survivor's guilt, get the hell out of here.
Survivor's guilt my ass. Nah. How do you feel about that line in MGTOW?
No, I don't think that's survivor's guilt, man. I call bullshit.
It's that grandstanding, virtuous bullshit.
Exactly. Same way, like the same way, like in certain news outlets, they'll put pictures of like Ukrainians living in tents or an old lady like holding a rifle and shit, and I'm like, man, you guys are trying to elicit sympathy from the masses. I mean, if this old woman was really actually going to go out there and fight, you think that the recoil would actually, with the recoil of that like AK-47 like break her wrist or anything? I mean, come on, man, just stop. Just photo ops.
Yeah, nah. I'm trying to stay cool about this because the audacity of this chick. Rishi, do you have anything to say about this comment?
It's just virtue signaling. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, virtue signaling and copium.
Wow, her little boyfriend or husband is dead somewhere on the Ukrainian road. She's talking about survivors. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck off. We didn't even have a choice.
Exactly.
As men in Ukraine, they had no choice but to fight and die.
Uh-huh.
I'm not trying to get too heated because I might go on my tangent. Ribbon party for all. What's going on? Shame doesn't work since they're shameless. It's more calling out and raising awareness for other men. Yeah, you're right. I had nothing to say about that. Oh shit! It's gotten to the point in this day and age where men are just so scared to call women out. Women think they can literally do anything and get away with it, and all that feminist bullshit is a facade. And Ukraine is a big example. I don't care what nobody says. It is a gigantic example of what people within the manosphere, Warband, whatever the fuck it is, what they were saying this whole time. When the lights go out, feminism will go out with it.
Exactly. It evaporates during natural disasters. It evaporates when the power goes out. It evaporates during a time of war. So it's just, for the most part, it's what Brother Hardcore Tito refers to as a slow-moving shit test.
And they have the audacity to get mad at you for not putting your life on the line.
Yeah, they get even angrier when you call them on their bullshit. You tell them to put up or shut up. If they are strong and independent like they say they are, they can put up and shut up.
Yep. And it's day 7 or 8 of the invasion, and my timeline is on my social medias. It's still pretty quiet from the feminist bullshit.
Yes, quiet from them. But I am seeing more TikToks of these thoughts and certain femcells making up their bed, cutting bread, and doing all this other shit. Like I'm like, just sitting there, just chameleoning away. I'm like, I mean, you're a dollar short and 60 years too fucking late. I mean, goddamn. I mean, what the fuck is that? You're cutting bread and you're getting laundry out of the fucking wash machine. What is that? What?
You're impersonating a TikTok. You know, impersonating traditional. You can't even do that shit right.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit. Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, still pick up that weapon. Still going to war.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't be president. I can't be a leader. I can't.
No.
Because they will not like me at all.
Exactly.
But I'm pregnant.
Exactly.
Get you and your clip of sales over there to that doctor.
Man. 100% meritocracy. So you're
It's time
pregnant?
for you to get them tubes side.
I said, well, you're pregnant. I said, well, congratulations. Now you don't get the right vote anymore.
Yeah, man, that's what they don't want to talk about. That's what, because I know I can't put that as a title because I know my shit will get struck down so quick. How the fuck are you gonna talk about my rights for 60, 70 years, but when it's time for you to fight and die for your very way of life, where's the men? Where's the good men go? Where are they?
Yeah, we're the
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, or the Tomasum. Or we're like, where are the hardworking blue collar men? I'm like, oh, get the fuck out of here! You've been steamrolling blue collar men for 60 plus years. If he is a plumber, that means that he works in shit. He's broke. If he's a truck driver, he's broke. If he's a welder, he's broke. Maybe just stop it. Stop.
This dude, Jeffrey Toobin, publicly beat it on a Skype call last
Right.
year. He now has his job back. Must be nice to be in the 1% elitist club. Yeah, it's definitely nice.
Yeah, it's really nice until it backfires up the ass. You see, they will eat their own.
And then you get Epsteined.
Yep. Or you end up like Epstein's bosom buddy, the French guy who mysteriously died in prison by suicide.
The exact same way. They never even tried to change it.
Exactly, man. They never even try to change it. And I mean, it's crazy, but it's just a part of, in a way, like if you study scriptures, it's also part of, Job chapter 5, verse 10 through 12, so it always backfires in their face sooner or later.
Well, shit, at least he didn't get Hillary Clinton, died of suicide with 3 shots in the back of the head from 20 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hillary Clinton. It happens, when she's around, you just eliminate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it just happens,
Yeah, for some reason.
But in the end, though, when it comes to calling out women on their bad decisions and behavior, they won't listen unless they have no choice, right?
Yeah, they won't listen until like they ride the cock carousel, which is the scene of the crash, and they hit the wall, or they end up like those dried out relics of those the weather-beaten hags who turn 56 or 41 and they feel invisible, so they start crying foul. Then they want to listen.
Yeah, in fact, ever since the 2018-2019 situation between Iran and the U.S., when Trump blew up Soleimani, the General Soleimani guy from Iran, there are women on social media that are willing to give up their rights for not going to war.
Exactly. They tell me, I'll be in the kitchen. I'm like, what if there is no kitchen?
Nah, bring your ass out here now.
Yeah,
keep that same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy, man. I mean, you want to go back in the kitchen. So if the power goes out, you can't do a fucking thing in the kitchen because there's no electricity, no gas.
Pick up this RPG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pick up this 1911 45. Get some target practice in.
Oh shit!
Shit.
And they have the audacity to get mad at men like us because we hold them accountable. We don't take them seriously because they literally act like grown children. Even women in their 40s, their 50s, up until they die. Up until they die. They don't grow out of that teenage phase. It's so fucking weird.
It's weird in a way. It's perverse. It's revolting, but a lot of them they never grew out of that. And as the saying goes, if they don't listen, life will teach them. But for some of them, they still don't learn. So that means they go to their grave as a damn fool.
Exactly, man. But I do gotta head out in a bit because I have been stalling. Thank you very much, Lion McTow, for joining. I've been enjoying your video so far. Very hilarious, but you drop a bunch of gems like the usual.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything to say to the Warband? It could be anything.
Yeah, keep your head on the swivel, stay safe, stay vigilant during these perilous times, and if you haven't stocked up on food and water, hurry up and get started doing that.
That's right, gentlemen. You better listen to the Lion and MGTOW. He knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, dude, I like your sceneries in the video.
Yeah, there's plenty of badass scenery in North Carolina. You know, we have a diverse state. We have a mountain region, a Piedmont, and a coastal plain. So yes, plenty of badass scenery.
Yeah, I gotta find something random and cool.
Mm-hmm.
I can outperform you. Have you ever been on the clock tower? Like, just one of the most random areas.
Yeah, show up in a random area where you be in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
I somehow end up in Ukraine.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yo, okay, you win. Goddamn.
You win, like,
come back.
Yeah, I see that shit. I'm like, hell, answer me.
Who you work for? But hey, Lion McTow, thank you for joining, man. And I will be having 2 live streams tomorrow. It'll be because you're Eastern time, right?
Yep, I'm Eastern time. Yeah.
So it should be around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock your time.
Yeah, 2 o'clock. I'll probably still be on the road. Yeah, running my routes, but I'll be in the comments. I'll be in the chat. Yeah, basically.
All right. So you're listening in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look at that. So I'm gonna put more effort into this live stream. This is my comeback live stream. I gotta warm up. Okay, I gotta get back into it. But thank you, man, and have a good evening, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right, peace.
Peace. GTN.
GTN. Give them nothing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, man.
All right, Rishi, you ready to head out?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, hopefully you learned something from this live stream today. Okay, when it comes to involving you in your life, do not be afraid to call women out on their bullshit. All right, don't be afraid whatsoever. Don't be like, oh, I'll tell Twitter on you. I'll do this. I'll do that. Listen, your phone is your best friend. Record if you think that she's going to be saying some bullshit so you can use it as evidence. But in the end, don't be bullied around. You need to create those boundaries for yourself. Either you better tell her how it is, ignore her, or walk away and don't say shit. Okay? Those are your only options right now in today's society. Okay? Besides giving her equal rights and lefts. Because I'm all about that gender equality, you know what I'm saying? This is Sir Yeetus. Hopefully you guys have your daily dose of red pills. And I am out. And
Cheers.
cheers.